So over in the Swedish capital, Nobel Week is underway with just one day to go until Nobel Day, when this year's laureates will be honored at an awards ceremony and banquet. Leading up to the big day, Korean author Han Kang, this year's Nobel Prize winner in literature, has been stepping into the spotlight, meeting with the press and the public. Our culture correspondent Song Yoo-jin reports from Stockholm.
December 3rd was a night of shock for many in Korea, including author Han Kang, this year's Nobel laureate in literature. Currently in Stockholm for Nobel Week, Han shared their thoughts on Korea's political turmoil during a press conference on Friday, a subject she found deeply personal.
To write Human Acts, I studied the martial law situation from late 1979. Witnessing martial law unfold again in 2024 was startling. But what was different this time was how everything was broadcast live for everyone to see in real time.
Human Acts explores Korea's painful history during the 1980 democratization movement in Gwangju City. The movement arose as a response to the brutal military suppression that followed martial law in 1979. Although the martial law declaration this time lasted only a few hours, Han says what she witnessed left a profound impact.
I saw people trying to stop armored vehicles with their bodies, others holding back soldiers with their hands, and some standing firm against advancing troops with guns. As the soldiers withdrew, some even called out, "Take care," like they were saying goodbye to their sons. I could feel their sincerity and courage.
What also struck her was the difference in the behavior of police officers and soldiers compared to the violence of 1979.
They seemed to be grappling with the unexpected situation, trying to make their own judgments while holding back as much as possible. From the perspective of their commanders, it might have looked passive, but I saw it as an active effort, thinking, feeling, and searching for a solution grounded in universal values.
Han also offered her thoughts on what role literature can play during times of crisis.
I sincerely hope we don't return to the past where force and suppression silence the press. Literature allows us to delve into the inner lives of others while exploring our own. This process builds the strength to think, judge, and act decisively in difficult moments. Literature isn't something extra, it's essential.
After nearly 2 months of keeping a low profile following her Nobel Prize win, Korean author Han Kang has embraced the spotlight at Nobel Week.
This award is given to the literature, and this year I was awarded. This is my conclusion, and this makes me more comfortable.
Now feeling more at ease with her Nobel laureate title, the 54-year-old author shared her journey of uncovering the overarching theme of her work during her Nobel lecture, Light and Thread.
세계는 왜 이토록 폭력적이고 고통스러운가? 동시에 세계는 어떻게 이렇게 아름다운가? 이 두 질문 사이의 긴장과 내적 투쟁이 나의 글쓰기를 밀고 온 동력이었다고 오랫동안 믿어왔습니다.
These questions were etched in her mind at age 12 after seeing photographs of civilians killed during the Gwangju democratization movement. Decades later, while writing her 2014 novel Human Acts, which delves into the tragedy, she discovered that love, not those questions, was at the heart of her storytelling.
우리는 인간성을 믿고자 하기에 그 믿음이 흔들릴 때 자신이 파괴되는 것을 느끼는 것일까? 우리는 인간을 사랑하고자 하기에 그 사랑이 부서질 때 고통을 느끼는 것일까? 사랑에서 고통이 생겨나고 어떤 고통은 사랑의 증거인 것일까?
This connection to love, however, had always been with her. At 8 years old, Han wrote a poem that read, "Where is love? It is inside my thumb-thumping, beating chest. What is love? It is the gold thread connecting between our hearts." Now, she sees writing itself as an act of that love.
소설을 쓸 때 나는 신체를 사용합니다. 심장이 뛰고 갈증과 허기를 느끼고 걷고 달리고 바람과 눈비를 맞고 손을 맞잡는 모든 감각의 세부들을 사용합니다. 그 생생한 감각들을 전류처럼 문장들에 불어넣으려 하고 그 전류가 읽는 사람들에게 전달되는 것을 느낄 때면 놀라고 감동합니다. 언어가 우리를 잇는 실이라는 것을
Han concluded her 30-minute lecture by thanking her readers.
So with two major events in her Nobel Week itinerary completed, up next for the Nobel laureate in literature is attending the Nobel Prize ceremony and banquet on Tuesday, December 10. 송유진, 아리랑뉴스, Stockholm.
I felt author Han Kang's lecture itself sounded like a literary piece of its own. What did you think, Walter?
Yeah, I was actually really inspired by the poem that she wrote at just 8 years old. I mean, that just shows you how much talent she had from such a young age.
Right, it was incredible, I have to say. And having stayed out of the spotlight for around 2 months, I think it was a very fulfilling time for Han's fans as well. And also to speak on this occasion, plus also to hear what she thinks of the current turmoil here in Korea.
Yeah, she also touched upon her current novel she's working on, The White Book, which deals with the theme of loss and indestructibility as well.
Now, tomorrow is the big day, Tuesday, when Han Kang and other Nobel Prize winners are going to be rewarded with medals and diplomas. So we can't wait for that big day. And we're also going to be connecting with our very own culture correspondent, Song Yoo-jin, to report live on the scene.
That'd be awesome.